I'll take Jalen Hurts over Kyler Murray every day, Monday through Sunday. I have no problem saying that. Show, it's your boy Big Sills. Happy Football Monday to you. We appreciate everybody stepping in with us here, and it's Cowboy Week, baby. It's Cowboy Week. We're going to talk Cardinals here in a second. By the way, I saw the game a little different than everybody else, and I'll get to that here in a second. I'll give you my takeaways. But all the things that you have worked in the offseason for, all the expectations, all the dreams, all the things are in front of you. And Sunday night, it is going to be off the chain at Lincoln Financial. What an incredible week it is going to be in the lead up. I got Michael Irvin calling me going, Sills, when do you need me? I could come on Thursday or Friday. He wants to talk Eagles and Cowboys. I got Charles Haley. These are old friends of mine wanting to talk Eagles and Cowboys. Darren Woodson, Tony Casillas. I'm working on Emmitt Smith. This is going to be a fabulous weekend. This is going to be amazing. Guys, I got to tell you, man, I saw the game differently. And let me get to my takes, and I promise you I will get to your takes. And we'll go back and forth as we always do. That's what you guys do, and I love it. Dallas Goedert's the best tight end in pro football. He is a horse. That guy in Baltimore, Andrews, is a hell of a player too. And they've got a great dynamic between Lamar Jackson and Andrews. Dallas Goedert's the best tight end in football. I'll take Dallas Goedert. You can have Travis Kelce. I'm okay with Dallas Goedert. He gets that ball in his hand. He is a horse running down that side. I'm going to tell you something. He's the closest thing I see to Gronk. His hands aren't Gronk, but he is a beast in open field. Dude, he is a beast. Every time they threw the ball to him, it was a complete mismatch. That was one of my takeaways. He is absolutely a weapon, a complete weapon, Dallas Goedert. And I see why they moved off of him. Talking Zach Ertz, this guy's better. He's a better tight end. He's bigger. Man, what a mismatch he is. I'm going to say this about Kyler Murray, too. Kyler Murray lost that football game. Or here, let me back it up. Kyler Murray lost the opportunity for that football team to either tie it or win it late with his decision-making on the field. I mean, he makes so many spectacular plays, but he makes about 10 or 15 bonehead plays and overthrows in every game I ever watch. I'm going to make a comparison for you between him and Jalen Hurts, and you tell me if you subscribe to this. And I'm going to use the comparison of Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. Jimmy Johnson told me this, and this is what you get with Kyler Murray versus Jalen Hurts. When I watch Kyler Murray play, I think of Barry Sanders. You've got to learn to live with minus plays because he's going to make you spectacular plays in the game. But you've got to be cool. How many times did you watch Barry Sanders do this? -2, -1, 4 yards, -5, 82 yards down the sidelines. You've got to learn to live with those minus plays. When you watch Jalen Hurts, 5 yards, 6 yards, 9 yards, 4 yards, 8 yards. You look up, he's got 28 carries and 157 yards, and the Cowboys won. Remember those games? How many times did you look up at the stat sheet and go, Emmitt had 150 yards rushing? And when you watch Barry, he was 10 times more spectacular. But at the end of the day, Emmitt never had minus plays. That's the similarities between Emmitt and Jalen and Barry Sanders and Kyler Murray. You got to learn, and you could see Cliff Kingsbury on the sidelines frustrated with the way he plays the game. I don't like the way Kyler Murray plays the NFL game. I just don't. He plays it like a college game, and I really don't like the way Kyler Murray plays. I'll take Jalen Hurts over Kyler Murray every day, Monday through Sunday. I have no problem saying that. Will Kyler make more spectacular plays in a game than Jalen Hurts? Yes. But Jalen Hurts is going to win the game. Jalen Hurts, on that fourth down slide, would have known field position, the clock, whether or not he had timeouts. How can you – he could have went 7 more yards, and with about 20 seconds left, you could have had 3 throws to the end zone. Instead, he slides short. It's fourth down. You're forced to put the ball in the hand of a kicker you just signed 2 days ago. That's not field presence. Kyler Murray has no field presence, plus the overthrows. Dude, if that game is played effectively and efficiently by the Cardinals, they should have beat the Eagles by 10 points. I mean, but the Eagles are smarter, and the quarterback's smarter. I come away from this game doing this. Hey, man, Jalen Hurts is a better football player. Kyler Murray's more spectacular. Okay? He's just more spectacular. JM goes, Emmitt Smith is the most overrated running back in league history. Really? The guy with the most yards rushing. He also had 15,000 yards in high school. And he also had 4,000 yards in 3 years at Florida. There wasn't a level of football that Emmitt Smith ever failed at. When he left Escambia High School, he's one of the top rushers in high school history. He's one of the all-time leading rushers at Florida. They've had great backs at Florida. And he's the all-time leading rusher in the NFL. Whatever, JM. Whatever. Wasn't a level that he failed at in anywhere in his entire resume. It's a bullshit comment. Emmitt is the all-time leading rusher. You never had minus yardage with Emmitt Smith. But you did with Barry. There is no doubt. There is no doubt Jalen Hurts, I thought himself around that field, and I had no problem with the way that football team played. I'll get to the defensive side, and I'm talking more the offensive side here. And let me tell you, I saw the game a lot different than a lot of the media people in Philly have seen it. Dude, the injuries wobbled the game plan. You guys want to blame Shane Steichen? At one time in the game, you had the entire left side of the O-line out. And you have a right guard that's nursing injuries too. So the only guy that's healthy in that O-line as of today is Lane. Sayamalo has been nicked up. You lost Kelsey for a little bit in the game. You lost Dickerson for a little bit in the game. Mulata didn't even start. And you thought that you were just going to have the same game plan? I told you that J.J. Watt would look like he did 10 years ago in that game, and he did. Because he was going against twos and a banged-up O-line. Look, Zach Allen's a good player. He ain't that great. He's a good player. But because of the injuries in the O-line, they did a nice job. By the way, stat-wise, they still ran the ball for 139 yards. Not their greatest performance, but it was enough. Dude, they had a ton of injuries to overcome. They had to adjust on the fly. Wide receiver screens, why do you think? Because they couldn't stop the pass rush. They were getting those quick hitch plays because the rush was coming because, dude, like I said, 3 guys in your O-line at one time were out. Okay? GT, you're right. I thought the injuries would, and it almost did, play a factor. I thought they'd lose that game. By the way, we sing on Tuesday at 4, like I told you. I'm glad they played that way. They played, I have no doubt in my mind, this team will be ready, locked, and loaded for Sunday night. The O-line will be back. We'll see. A lot of nicked up players. Dallas has nicked up players. So I didn't come away going like this. Jalen played poorly. I think he had to do a lot with that O-line being banged up the way he did. I thought he outplayed Kyler Murray and thought himself around that field 10 times more than what that Kyler Murray is not somebody I would pay $46.1 million to. Absolutely no. He's going to get Cliff Kingsbury fired. You watch. There is no doubt. You could see Cliff Kingsbury on the sidelines frustrated with the way Kyler Murray plays football. I mean, it wobbled the game plan. That's how I saw it. Oh, I told you I give credit. I think Hassan Reddick got off the bus again. 2.5 games now. 2.5 games now that he's played, and you see his face. You see his number. And you see him around the quarterback. The covering of back still, stop it. Okay? And by the way, Jonathan Gannon, once again, I will sit here and tell you emphatically, he is not a good defensive coordinator. He is not. That soft-ass zone coverage again. What did he do? He resorted into going back. Let me tell you this, and I'll make this point to you here. If DeAndre Hopkins plays in that game, they beat the Eagles by 10 to 15 points. Big Seals, here's $20. Please don't strangle our song. No, hey, that's tomorrow, Joseph. At 4 p.m. I told you, Tuesdays we sing. Thank you so much, dude. That's so kind of you, Joseph. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dude, Jonathan Gannon, man, almost cost you that game. 2 guys were awful in that game. Kyler Murray, the way he managed that game, and the way Jonathan Gannon was calling defensive plays. He's terrible. It was also the first time I saw TJ Edwards absolutely not reading his keys. That's his worst game of the year. There were a shitload of missed tackles in that game. A shitload of missed tackles. I don't know why, but those guys, when they got off the bus, were not prepared to tackle anybody on that side of the ball. They had problems for 4 quarters in that ball game. That wasn't their best effort. Okay? Going back to Detroit, that was probably a Detroit effort. I think Slay's injured. He didn't look very good. I'll tell you, CJ looked great. The more he gets more reps and the more he understands it, and I'm talking to defense, the better he's going to be. So, you give TJ just was, that's the first time I saw him not play well. I thought Kaiser White played well. I thought Reddick played well. I didn't really think the tackles were exceptional. I thought Josh Sweat played pretty decent. I think the back end of the Eagles secondary, they continue to get better and better. Okay? I mean, 17 points. Richie, you're right. You still kept it under 21 points. That's exceptional. Okay? That's exceptional. See, Joshua, and when you guys talk about, or Yale, Cox MIA, that's going to be the big thing with Fletcher this year. Fletcher's an older player. Is he going to be able to keep up that same kind of intensity for 17 weeks being an older player? I don't think so. Okay? I didn't really think Fletcher showed up in that game. He was MIA. Okay? That was another bad performance by him. Again, though. And the Cardinals did have 124 yards rushing. Yeah, no, 5-0, man. 5-0. Absolutely. It makes the game of the year that much more intriguing because the Cowboys now beat that Rams team, who I told you was not the same team of a year ago. The Rams just don't have an O-line. You know, everyone's talking about the Cowboys' front seven and how good it looks getting off the line of scrimmage. That's not a very good O-line with the Rams, and that's why Stafford's getting his face kicked in. So I came away doing this. Hey, and by the way, Eagle fans at Glendale, that was spectacular. Seeing those Eagle fans there like that, unbelievable. That was unbelievably cool. And how many fans were there? And you heard the crowd noise. I mean, if I were the Cardinals, I would be like, do we have to go to a silent count in our own building because Eagle fans have taken it over? That was great. It was absolutely great. So I came away going like this. Yeah, man, the injuries were going to wobble that game plan, and it wobbled it. You know, when they got out to the 14-love start, you're going, great. All of a sudden, the injuries started happening. What happened? Arizona came back because the Eagles had to adjust to all those guys being out, especially in the O-line. I thought Jalen figured out a way to win. Whereas Kyler Murray cost his team an opportunity to win. That slide at the end, man, what a bonehead play. You got to know where you are at all times on the field, game, and situation. Kyler Murray doesn't play. He'll never be a top-flight NFL quarterback. Okay? You know who he plays like? He plays like a young Michael Vick. Undisciplined. He's exactly Michael Vick. That's Michael Vick 2.0 in Atlanta. Not Michael Vick with the Eagles. And Andy Reid teaching him progressions and how to read defenses and how to be a quarterback. This guy's all over the place. He's all over the place. He's not a top-flight quarterback. He will have at least 8 bad plays a game. Play and overthrows were terrible. There were numerous awful plays. And then you're like, look at what he does. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, you think he played well? He cost his team a chance to win. Watch this. He gave his team a chance to win, but he cost himself an opportunity to win the game. That's not Jalen doesn't cost his team opportunities to win. He's never been in that position that I've seen him do it. I've never seen Jalen Hurts where you went like this. Well, Jalen lost that game. Kyler Murray lost that opportunity. I don't think he played well at all. Not how I saw it. No way on the planet. Not me. That's not somebody I want leading my football team. Here's the numbers. 20-17, Eagles win. First down's pretty even. 24-23. Total plays, 71-69. Yardage, Cardinals had more, 363-357. I think it's got to be the first game that the Eagles held under 400 yards in total offense. Still ran the ball effectively, 139. You would like to see them around 152. Cardinals had 124. Time of possession, 34-39 for the Eagles, 25-21. I think that's clearly one of the differences in the game, especially that last drive in the fourth quarter. They took like 6.5 minutes off the clock. It was spectacular. That's championship drives there. You're killing the clock and you're running the Cardinals into overtime or into a loss. I thought it was great. I'm going to get to all you guys here in a minute, and I'll read your comments here in a second here. Jalen Hurts, 26-36, 239. No touchdowns, no picks. Murray, 28-42, 250, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, which was terrible, that pick. He just threw it up like a punt. Here's something awful, though, for Hurts. 15 carries? Are you crazy? 15 carries. I'm going to get to this, too. 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Miles Sanders, 15 carries, 58 yards. Jesus criminy. Really? You're going to kill your quarterback. Connor left the game, 9 carries, 55 yards. Dallas Goedert, once again. He is a special player. 8 catches, 95 yards. Devonta Smith got his ass beat up. He probably needs a couple ice bags today. But I thought it showed his toughness too. 10 catches, 87 yards. Awesome. Hollywood had 8 for 78. And boy, I thought some critical drops in the ball game too. There were overthrows and drops between Murray and him too. So again, you won the ball game. This is not a beauty contest like it is in college where you got to look good every weekend. Get the win. Move on to Dallas now. They fought. They overcame. They won. I know some of you probably were going to think that I actually love games like this. Adversity. It's the first time they've had player adversity with injuries that were mounted up, that they had to do something and do some coaching. To me, I thought it was a learning game for them. In the NFL, learning to win with injuries as important as is learning how to win with a lead. You have to go through all this. Everything was going crazy great for the Eagles, and all of a sudden they lose the entire from the center over left side of their line, and they were able to win against a pretty decent football team. I don't know. I'm okay with that. That's my takeaways. And you had a game on the backside of this that it's a division game, which usually are a game and a half in value, and it's the Cowboys. People are complaining about the type of plays that they were running. Hoss, they were trying to find themselves and what was going to work. You lost 75% of your offensive line almost. Sayamalo's even banged up. I don't know about guys. You think you're that good that you can overcome 3.5 guys being hurt in your O-line? In the NFL, you're freaking nuts. You're nuts. Your quarterback won that game for you. I'm talking Jalen Hurts. Okay? That's how I saw it. You guys are complaining about bullshit here. And now I'm the defensive coordinator's terrible. Okay? Arizona's still a contender in the NFC West. Nobody is beating San Francisco. San Francisco's winning the West. Okay? And they're going to do it by a couple games. You watch. Hurts made no mistakes. His brain is why we won. Matthew, completely true. He thought himself around, whereas Kyler Murray is an idiot. I have no faith in that guy. I would pay and I would want Jalen Hurts as my starting quarterback. If you gave me the choice between Murray or him, I'm taking Hurts because I'm going to win more games with Jalen. Okay? Oh, yes. I will bring that up. So you say you have a passing game, right? So you got a quarterback that has more rushing touchdowns than passing touchdowns and is on pace for 17 touchdowns this year. Oh, excuse me. No, it's 15. He's going to throw for 4,500 yards and 15 touchdowns. That's not something I'm paying $45 million for. You're paid to put the ball in the end zone. I mean, this guy's got one of the worst touchdown numbers on the planet. Oh, what about the rushing touchdowns? I'm talking about elevating a passing game and getting the ball in the end zone through the passing game. This is a passing league. And you know what's going to happen? Defensive coordinators are going to catch up with Jalen's style and Nick Sirianni's style. Because right now, they're a one-dimensional team still when it comes to scoring points. You want to know why you guys don't score a lot of points in the second half? Because you don't go for the end zone. There's no attempt to go to the end zone. You're methodically going to run the ball, which they went to yesterday when things broke down. And like I said, in the offseason here and in the preseason, they're going to resort back to what they do best. And they did. Once the injuries started coming up, They had to resort to the running game. They weren't resorting to the pass. They weren't throwing for the end zone. That entire last drive, how many passes were in that last drive? One? They ran the ball because that's what they do. And I'm not taking anything away from it because it ran the Cardinals into an L. But don't sit here and try telling me you've got some prolific passing game because the first 5 games, Jalen has thrown some numbers up, and yet your touchdown number's 4. 4. 4 in 5 games, 4 passing touchdowns. Shit, Josh Allen almost did that in 1 game on Sunday. That's going to catch you in the end. That's going to catch you in the end. Everybody beats bad teams. Well, so far now, the Lions are 1-4. The Jaguars are 2-3. The Vikings are 4-1. And the Commanders are 1-4. I don't know. You've played good teams? Are you sure about that? And the Cardinals are 2-3 now. You've played one winning team. I wouldn't sit here talking about a great offense or a great record when you've beat nobody. Vikings. I'm okay with the Vikings. The Vikings are good, but you've beat nobody. It's not like you're beating Tampa. It's not like you're beating Green Bay. Okay? By the way, I don't know if the Giants are real or not, but there's no doubt that the Packers are struggling in the wideout game. Still, the Packers are 3-2, and they got Rodgers. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. I mean, at least the Packers have played some teams. The Vikings suck? I don't think the Vikings suck. I'm not going there. You would smash Green Bay? You think? After coming off a 3-point win over the Cardinals? Where'd you get that one from? Where'd you get that from? Green Bay's better than the Cardinals. Green Bay's better than any team on your schedule. We'll find out Sunday for sure. We have a better leader than all those teams you named. Well, okay. Goff, Wentz, Cousins, Trevor Lawrence, and Murray. I wouldn't say that's those are members of the cabinet, or I wouldn't say those are your elite leaders in the league. Those 5 guys. I wouldn't put those dudes up and say, man, those guys are great. I mean, you want to see a leader? Last night watching Lamar Jackson, that's a leader. I'm not mad. I'm mad at what? Absolutely not. What are we talking about mad? I'm not mad at anything. Our eyes tell us that we would beat Green Bay. Well, shit, man. You just come off a nail-biter to the Cardinals. And you had a nail-biter versus a 1-4 Lions team. Where are you getting that from? Well, the AFC is better, dude. A 3-2 record in the AFC versus a 4-1 record in the NFC is a joke. The Bills will do it their way. We'll do it our way. You got a quarterback with 4 touchdown passes. It's going to catch up, man. That will catch up to you. Okay? It will. Now, for the ugly, that D coordinator of yours, I mean, you're lucky you're playing the teams you're playing. Because he's just not very good. I don't trust him. I don't like the way he does it. He believes in all that underneath shit. Plays 50 yards off the ball. I mean it, man. If DeAndre Hopkins is in that game, you're not winning that ball game. There's no way you're surviving that. You're not playing 10 yards off the ball on DeAndre Hopkins. With an injured Slay, not happening. Not happening. And then you got a 4-2 Hollywood Brown on the other side. If that guy Murray had any brains in his head, they would have knocked that team out cold in the fourth quarter because of the injuries. Look, healthy-wise, the Eagles are better. You got so good in the fourth because you thought yourself to that win. It was great. It was well done. Coaching, Jalen, everything. Jalen and Nick Sirianni won that ball game at the end. Okay? They won that game. It was well coached. At, what was it, a 7-minute drive at the end that ran them off the field with the clock? It was spectacular. That's how you close a team out. Not giving them an opportunity. They still got the opportunity to try to win it. And Kyler Murray, of course, Kyler Murray being Kyler Murray, he's going to make a bonehead play, and he did on fourth down. Critical mistake. He would have had 3 throws in the end zone. 25 seconds left. He would have had 3 throws. Slides fourth down. I mean, gee, moved. The field goal would have been closer. At worst. Terrible, man. Hey, Sills, name me one team that has beaten a ton of juggernauts. I would say this. The Ravens' schedule on who they've played the Bills. They've played the Dolphins when Tua was standing upright. They've played Joe Burrow, who took a team to the Super Bowl last year. They've played teams in a row. Their schedule's 10 times. You're playing, what is it, the NFC South or something? What are you guys playing, the South? And no, look, the Giants are 4-1. Really? Okay, I think they're decent. I don't think they're great. Daniel Jones does not scare me, and he's not going to win any games. He's not going to win significant ball games. He's not. He's not going to do that. Not happening. Okay? Not happening. Dallas is a different animal now. We're going to talk about the Cowboys here in a second. Yeah, I mean, look. Again, here's my issues. Your passing game, yeah, you got a bunch of, watch this. You got a bunch of yards. You don't get in the end zone, though. In your passing game, you don't get in the end zone. The reason why you guys don't score a lot of points when it comes to second half, you don't throw the ball in the red zone. You have no red zone offense whatsoever. 0 when it comes to the passing game. Your offense, passing-wise, red zone, it's non-existent. It's non-existent. And you're one-dimensional in the red zone. And Jonathan Gannon, those are your issues here. You have 4 passing touchdowns in 5 ball games. That's like the worst in the league. So you guys are talking to me about Jalen's statistics from 20 to 20. Great. But the 20s in the red zone, that's your bread and butter. That's your money ball. 20 into the end zone. Not 20 to 20. Who are you, Kirk Cousins? So Jalen Hurts is putting up Kirk Cousins numbers now with no touchdowns because Cousins actually throws touchdown passes. He had 33 last year. And he had a pretty good game this past Sunday. You have no red zone passing offense at all. 0. Bunch of yards, no results. Facts. It will catch you. It will. Man, the hate is real. How can the hate be real when you have 4 passing touchdowns? That's a thing. Let me see something here. You know, I didn't even look this up. (2022) NFL passing touchdown leaders. Let's take a look at that. Who leads the NFL in passing touchdowns? Let's see here. TDs. Okay. Allen's got 14. Herbert's got 10. Carson Wentz is 10. Jared Goff has 11. Burrow has 10. Russell Wilson has 4. Oh, he has got a lot in common there. Lamar has 12. Patrick Mahomes has 11. I mean, you got 4. Okay. You got 4. Who leads the NFL in wins? You're lucky. You're in the NFC. Completely overrated. We could throw 1-yard passes. You don't? Don't make it sound like you do. You don't. How many rushing TDs? That's my point, GT. You're one-dimensional in the red zone. In the NFL, you're looking. I thought we were looking for balance this year. Eagles play in adaptive. Hey, Xander, can you put that up again for me? This is the Eagles play an adaptive offense, win by any means. Your red zone is Sills, hating is a disease, and I hope you get well soon. Hating? I point out facts to you, and you call it hating. You know what it is in your world? Denial. You should get help for it. One-dimensional or highly effective. Yeah, 10 and 15 are the team's combined records you've played. Congratulations. You've played nobody except the Vikings. Nobody. Nobody have you played. Okay? And that Lions thing, you're trying to tell me that the Lions are going to be like a playoff team. They're 1-4. When we throw in the red zone, there's a bogus flag. Now it's the official's fault that you're one of the worst offensive passing teams in the red zone. I got it. Okay? Oh, the Cowboys played the Bucs at least. They have played the Rams, the defending champs, even though they're not. I'll tell you this, I'd rather play a team like the Rams before. How about this? I'd rather play a team like the Rams before I was going to play the Eagles on the road than the Eagles play the Cardinals and that stuff. I'm playing against the defending champions. To me, I personally think you play against Brady and you played against the defending champions. I think they're more ready to play against the Eagles than what the Eagles have faced. How do you know you've been facing any good teams? You haven't. I think the Cowboys have faced more tougher opponents. I think they're going to be ready for that game. Okay, I do. And the injuries now are piling up on this is going to be very interesting to see. Very interesting game to watch. I think what helps the Eagles out a lot here is the stupid stuff going on with the quarterback stuff. Do you really play Cooper Rush and not put Dak Prescott back in? Okay, right? 19-3 Bucs over Cowboys. Yeah. They did hold Tom Brady to 19 points, that defense. Held Tom Brady to 19 points. Okay? And you held Kyler Murray to 17. I don't know. Holding Brady to 19 points? Cowboy defense is real. That's a real thing. Okay, and what they did to the defending champions at Cooper Kupp just yesterday. Cowboys got some defensive football players, man. By the way, you see Aaron Donald get the shit blocked out of him in that game by the Cowboys? Right up the gut. Flex says the Cowboys have played terrible O-lines too. They have. Bucs been trash all year. The Bucs got away with one against the Falcons on Sunday. Horrible roughing the passer call on Brady. Terrible. Terrible play. I think the Falcons got jobbed in that game. I thought they would have had a shot at least to get down there and win that thing. I mean, they gave the ball back to the Bucs and Brady ran the clock out. I thought it was a total bullshit call. I agree with you, Steven. I mean, the guy sacked Brady, and they called him for roughing. I mean, you couldn't have more of an egregious mistake in a game to cost the team an opportunity to win. You see, you never know because you never want to say this. That play and that penalty cost that team because you don't know if they're going to kick it into the end zone or not, right? But at least you stop them from having an opportunity to win. Statistically, a top 5 defense, keep complaining. You should have a top 5 defense. You played horseshit offenses. Awful call. We're going nuts in this chat. Undefeated. Congratulations to you. You are undefeated. I think it's great. And it was third down, too. I know, man. It was awful. The game, they would have had a shot. We'll talk about week 5 of the NFL, the results, too. A divisional game at that, too. Do you think it's great because it sounds like it? Not what you're talking. Dan, you flip-flop like a wet fish. On what? What are you talking about? Sills Lions have a top 3 O-line. I think they do. Okay. Elite running back. I don't think he played Sunday. Yeah, and get this. The Lions got shut out by the Patriots. 29-0. Shut out by a very average AFC team. I wouldn't be telling people that the Lions are one of my big wins of the year. I can't even tell you. What's the guy's name? That quarterback, the Patriots? It wasn't Mac Jones. Who was it? Some dude I've never heard of. Shut out the Lions, 29-0. Never heard of the guy. I don't even know what college he went to. And that's a very suspect AFC team. And they destroyed the Lions. Destroyed them. Yeah, I remember when the Eagle fans were saying, oh, the Lion win is an expressive win. It's not an impressive win. What's his name? Bailey Zappi? Is he related to Frank Zappa? Frank Zappa's kid beat the Lions. Frank Zappa's kid beat the Lions 29-0. Moon Zappa. Hey, Moon Zappa beat the Lions. One of the big wins on the Eagles' schedule. Way to go, Moon. Moon Zappa. Look, man, I'm not down on what you did on Sunday. I actually love it. Way to go. You found a way to win a ball game. Your 5-0 record doesn't impress me, though. The way you're winning games does. That record thing, you can keep it. I don't give a shit about the 5-0. I care you winning ball games in multifaceted ways. It doesn't matter to me. You're winning it, running it. You're winning it when you're losing guys. You're overcoming injuries. You're overcoming an inept defensive coordinator. Your quarterback's getting better. He thinks his way around a ball game. That's what's impressing me about Philly. The 5-0 does not. It does not impress me. The way you're winning does. How you're finding ways every Sunday to get the W does. That's what wins championships, not records. Records don't win championships. Figuring out ways on how to win ball games, that's what wins them. Like when you guys in 17 lost all those players. You still, hey, next man up. Next man up. I'll put it to you this way. That 2017 team, in my opinion, would wax the 2022 team. They're more experienced. The coaching's better. Well, coaching's the offensive coach. Okay? And the head coach, they're not bad. The D coordinator blows. You're not beating that 17 team with this team. I don't care what your record is. I don't care. Not yet. You ain't beating that 17 team. Hey, and by the way, before you start talking shit on the 17 team, they did lift the Lombardi trophy. So before you start barking that you think you're better now, I'd hang in there. because they ran through the tape. They ran through the tape. Okay? Well, no, we're better now. I'd hang in there before you start making that proclamation and turn yourself into an ass. I'd hang in there. Okay? Why are you impressed? I just said it. Because you're finding multifaceted ways to win ball games. You're doing whatever it takes to win. And your quarterback is the reason. Hey, I actually like the way Jalen played. This guy loses his center, left guard. Tackle didn't start the game. Sayamalo's banged up anyway. And you got an entire match unit in front of you. And he figured out a way to win. On the road in Glendale. I like that. That's adversity, my friends. That's how you start going like this. That team's a contender. That team's a contender. Okay? Hurts is the same passer we was last year. He actually is on track for less passing touchdowns. I think he's got 4 TD passes. He's on pace for 15 touchdowns. When have you ever seen this? Okay? When have you ever seen this in your life? Okay? 4,500 passing yards, 15 touchdowns. It's never happened. He ain't getting 4,500 yards. And their red zone passing game is non-existent. Their second half passing attack is non-existent. It's not how they win games. They resort back to what I said they would, running the ball. There's nothing wrong with that. Until the league figures it out, I'd keep doing it. Remember how that Wildcat back in the day took the league? Well, until they figure it out, I'd keep doing it. I would keep doing it. Patriots are a bum franchise. Yeah, they just blew out a team everyone was blowing the horn of in Philly. Oh, the Lions are good. They're 1-4, and they crushed them. They crushed them. I'm not hating on Hurts. Where did you get I was hating? Dude, you won that game because of Hurts. You won that game because of... Dude, one more time before I take a timeout. Jalen Hurts. I was telling... Xander and I were both saying this. I will take Jalen Hurts over Kyler Murray Monday through Sunday. Kyler Murray's going to put up spectacular plays, and Jalen's not going to be that guy, but that's all right. Because there'll be bonehead plays that Kyler makes or overthrows. Wide open dudes. Wide open in the Jonathan Gannon tremendous defense. That underneath zone was awful. How many guys were wide open? Any effective quarterback would have killed that. You do that to Tom Brady, who put up 500 yards on you and 5 touchdowns. Hit the like button. I want to talk Cowboy Week too. Gary Cobb's going to join us 4:30 Eastern, and we'll talk to the man from Fox 29 in Philadelphia. Guys, don't forget our good friends at Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free, meaning this, they don't get paid unless you do. They represent their clients for the last 30 years to get this, $13.5 billion when it comes to earning money for their clients and representing them if you've been hurt or injured on the job. With over 800 attorneys and offices in Philly, New York, and in Florida, nobody does it better than Morgan & Morgan, and they will protect you and your family. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation's free. 800-512-1600. And when you call them, do me a favor, tell them Big Sil sent you.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.